Hey everybody, welcome back. Like I mentioned in my last video, my next video, which is this video, is just going to be just kind of some random stuff, a couple things we haven't done for a while, and just kind of have some fun. First up, I started another paint project for the winter, that 44 sedan. I got it all sanded the molding off, all the mold lines and everything. It's going to be a drag car. I've never did one of those as a drag car. I don't have the green I want, so I'm going to go with that green there. I think that'll look pretty good. I don't know if I'm going to do like a gasser look or what. We'll see how that goes. And then I did some color sand on that Mustang I painted to see how it would work with that. I think it was Rust-Oleum paint, and it's looking pretty good. Yeah, you know, it needs another little final buff out there, but I just use that in the old sandpaper. I don't know what I'm using here, 2500, and I don't know what that is. That must be whatever's before 2500, 2000 or something. I don't know. Anyway, so that's coming out pretty good. So it'll be time to start color sand and stuff. And then over here, there's what I got to color sand. I set that neat little modified body on that frame just for the heck of it. That looks pretty cool, don't it? Yeah, but I'm not going to do that. Anyway, so we're going to do, like I said in the last video, look at some Street Rodder magazine model car articles, pictures, and a build. And this I was working on when my phone died, and you guys never got to see it finished. I did one update on it, and that was it. But I did get her done, so I figured, hey, it's time to show it. It's got a adjustable hood there. Anyway, I love this color. This is one of the Tamiya paints that I have that really turned out good. And man, I love that color. And it's just pretty much all kit stuff. I love that engine motor that comes in this kit. So I detailed that all out. Did the wires and stuff in there that are molded in. Looks pretty good. You know, you get back here, it looks really good. And painted the motor gold, and we did some custom stuff on the interior. This felt stuff I got from Dan the Man. He sent me a little bag, all different colors, so that worked out good. So I got in there, and let's see, I got a little design of it on the little diamond on the door panels there, and a little custom steering wheel, a green shifter knob. I think I got some up there too. Yeah, a little diamond on the headliner there. That's a neat little steering wheel that comes with it. And the bed, I used the markers, and not one of my better jobs, but again, you get back here, it looks pretty good. And you put the old tailgate up. That works out pretty good. The license plate decal is coming off because that's a really old decal, I think. And we got the white running boards. Those are wheels, like a hubcap. I don't know if they were. I think they were hubcap. A Studebaker kit. They come in. That looks pretty good on there with the skinny white walls. And what did we do under here? I looked at this for a while. Oh, we got kind of a accent green color there. That looks pretty good. I forgot about that. Oh, I painted the wood on the bottom of the bed. White chassis, or white suspension front and rear, like I usually do. And them there, I think I've had those forever in my parts box, and I finally found a place to put them. I think that's the ones. Anyway, that turned out pretty good. That's like the factory, or maybe no, that's what come in the kit. The ones I'm thinking of that I've had forever, I put a decal on them, and there's no decal on those. Put them on another rig. Maybe they already showed it. I don't know. Anyway, that's what comes with the kit. That exhaust turned out pretty good. I love this kit. I've built a bunch of them. I'll probably build a bunch more. But It turned out good. And I did a little of that felt up under the hood. And then the tonneau cover. Got the diamond pattern on that. And I got a couple underneath. So it looks pretty good. Tailgate works really good. That's been an issue with this kit since, I don't know if the first issues were that way, but over the years of getting reissued a million times, things aren't quite as tight. I can't remember if I used the monogram grill or if that's the AMT grill. I can't remember because I switch them out so much. But anyway, love this kit. It turned out pretty good. Color sanded it and waxed it and rubbed it out. It turned out pretty good. So anyway, there's that. And then we haven't looked at any model car pictures from magazines in a while. And way back I was looking at Modeler's Corner and Street Rodder. This is 94. We started way back. And I think this is where we left off. But Tim Boyd did the article. And there's lots of cool stuff in these from back in the day. Get lots of ideas and look at cool stuff. But this is the NNL East. I would assume, let's see, this is September 94. So it could have been in 94. Maybe 93, I'm not sure. But there's some pretty cool, wish these were in color again, like that one there. It probably says red, white, and blue paint. That's pretty cool. That's really neat with the trailer there. That's at Lincoln, yeah, 41 Lincoln. That makes an awesome street rod. I got parts of that. I got a body and a chassis and stuff. That'd be cool to make something like that. And over here we got a little 30 Model A. I would assume back then. What year did I say this was? 94. That's probably monogram. 30 Model A, unchopped. And there's the El Matador, famous show car. Get the glare off of here from back in the day. Bob Robinson from Portland, Oregon built one of those too a long time ago. I seen it back in the probably early 80s. When I seen it, the one he built, I'm sure quite a few guys out there built a model of it. Awesome show car. Custom, one of my favorites. And there's a little 3940 sedan, kind of like what I'm getting ready to paint. That's a neat little hot rod there with the moon disc on it and stuff. 27T, that's a Revell, I guess. Yeah, I guess it is. That's pretty cool. And what we got over here, we got the Revell 50 Austin. That's kind of neat, little Pro Street looking thing. I kind of pause on this. You guys can read about them if you want. That's a really nice little Deuce Highboy there. The hood and everything all smoothed out. Ooh, and those wheels and tires looks really good. There's a 34. I don't know, it says who makes that. Pearl pink finishes the model beautifully. Boy, I'd love to see that in color. But he opened the doors. He opened the trunk. That's a pain opening the doors on those because I don't think there's any brace along the bottom, if I remember right, when you cut the door open. And then you got to be careful with that and the top of the door. Ooh, nice job. That's pretty cool. That must be the old 49 Merc grill shell. That's an Austin kit again. Really? Man, that's cool. That's cool. I'll let you guys look at that for a minute and read that. Open the doors in the trunk. We got the hood tilts forward. Oh, there's some more right here on the back. That's pretty cool. And that's pretty cool, that Anglia. Probably a little Revell kit. We did a nice job on that. That's a fun kit to build too. That's pretty cool, little race team there. I like that. Ooh, look at that. I'm going to scratch build one of those one of these days. There's some resin guys out there that have them, but not too cheap. He did that about 15 years ago. Oh, there it says right there. Now it's available in resin cast from Don, however you say his name. And pretty cool, pretty cool. Someday I'll make one. And then now we're going to go to the Salt Lake Greater Salt Lake Model Car Championships 13. Back in 92. That was a few days ago. That's really cool. That looks like maybe, no, it's not big. Is that a bigger scale? It must be a bigger scale. That must be like a big deuce there or something. And that's a regular size. I don't know what's going on there. There's another big one back there. Huh. It doesn't really say. Anyway, that's cool. That's really cool. I've seen that in a few other magazines. I think that was in like Scale Auto and stuff. Nice, very nice. Little drag one. That's cool. It was back when the no top on the pickups was really popular. Remember back then? Looks like it's got some machined aluminum wheels. Yep, it says so right there. That's nice. Some of these names I recognize. That Dave Turner guy. Oh, that's him right there too. I recognize that guy's name. Bruce Miller up there. I don't know. Larry Porter. I recognize his name just from reading Scale Auto and all the model magazines back in the day. Names just kind of stick in your head. That's really cool. Was this back before Revell? No, wait, no. Yeah, Revell did the 40 Ford convertible, didn't they? Didn't they do a 44 convertible? Yeah, I got one somewhere. I wonder if that's the Revell one or if somebody made it out of the AMT one. It doesn't really say. Two-tone corduroy interior. Oh, he found some corduroy. Lucky guy. That's pretty cool. That's really cool. Was it like? Is that like that 39 delivery or something? Anyway, I don't know. You can't. Oh, look at the paint job on that. Oh yeah, we all that like one big. Yeah, that was in Scale Auto and stuff. That was a really nice model. Who built that? Oh yeah. And what we got over here? We got that's really cool. Is that one of those Posher, however you say it, kits, 1/8 scale? Man, I mean the spokes. You got to do those spokes on the wire wheels and everything. Oh, crazy stuff. That Nathan Sills. I remember that name a lot. That's a pretty cool custom little Lincoln there. Oh, we got that flip nose comes off. Oh, Roy Sorensen. Yeah, we all know who he is. He's been building models for years, man. Did a magazine for a while, Plastic Fanatic, and yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's really cool. Don't recognize that name. 40 Coupe, can't go wrong. He took the running boards off. That's kind of cool. I need to do that with one. There's Nathan Sills again. Took a 50 Ford. Ranchero. That's pretty cool. That's a lot of work, man. That's a lot of work. And over here we got some stuff in the way. Don't recognize that name, but that's a whole lot of engine detailing there, not to mention all the chassis stuff. And that's pretty cool. Little salt flat car. A lot of scratch building there. You do the scratch building on the stock chassis. That's kind of cool. Yeah. There's another salt flat car. And here's another salt flat car. First place in Bonneville. Yeah, I can see that. Is that the... That's pretty cool. And then there, Jarvis Watson. We all recognize that name. Phenomenal model builder. I guess he passed away. I don't know, a few months ago, 6-8 months ago, something like that. I don't know how or what happened. Kind of sudden. But man, he could build the models. And that thing there's pretty cool. That's an old Bonneville from like way back in the day. Man, that is really cool. I built something like that. Got any more on here? Nope. And then this here is just a couple models celebrating the anniversary of the 34 Ford. And this is August 94. And this one he built after that Bob Reed 34. I don't know if you guys ever seen that when it come out, the real car with that state-of-the-art, way ahead of its time nose. And look at that pinched chassis and everything in there. Oh, just a Unreal real car and an Unreal model. I mean, look at the fit on the hood, the sides, and everything, and look at the fit around the chassis to the body. Look at that, and the detail on the engine motor. Oh, here's some more pictures. Oh, look at that stance. That's like perfect, man. That is awesome. You guys can read some of that if you want. Nice engine detail on there, and that grill is just fantastic. A lot of scratch butt on this thing. The trunk opens up. Awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's one of those old Revell 33, 34 Fords, Butera, I think it was, series, or if that's like a ZZ Top 34. Probably says in there if you guys want to read it, but he did an awesome job. So that's yeah, so we got to do a little bit of that. Oh, before I forget, I gotta show you guys, I got a new paint booth over here. It's that time of year again, so there you go. There's a new paint booth. What I do, my daughter-in-law does interior decorating, and she orders lots of stuff for her clients, and whenever she gets a big box, I swap it out. What I do is I just leave the front like this, and I cut the back flaps off back there, and I set it on a little raised like table in front of a window in my garage. Whoever added on to the garage put a nice big window on the side. So, and this is just a little bit smaller than the window, so I set that in the window, and there's a fan in the window. So I turn the fan on, and I just have a light that I prop up, right about here. It shines into there, and then I just stand there and stick my model in there a little ways and paint away. This one's not quite as wide as the other one I got, so we'll see how it works. I can always turn it that way, but then it might not be tall enough. But I just Mickey Mouse. Like I've showed you other stuff before, when you're on a budget, you just kind of do what you can. I've never shown anybody my actual paint booth out there. I did it once, and man, I got laughed at and mean remarks, and it was amazing how many unnice model car builders there are out there when you see so many nice ones. Crazy. So I don't show my paint booth out there. I wasn't going to show this either, but I figure if somebody's out there, and you can't afford a paint booth, but you got a big box fan and a window in your garage or your basement, or even in a room in your house, because I don't smell any paint when I'm doing this out there. I just got little teeny windows in here though, so can't do it downstairs. But you can just make something like that out of a big box, a little box, a little fan. You get a dryer fan. They're pretty cheap, I guess. I mean, there's all kinds of ways on the internet, on YouTube, how to do it, but that's how I do it, and it works out pretty good. Anyway, that's what we're doing. Squirrely, he's doing pretty good. He likes that truck a lot. So anyway, I'm gonna go back to assembling this model that I'm building, and we'll talk at you guys later. Everybody take care, have a good week, and we'll see you next time. Thank you everybody for subscribing and commenting and liking, and until next time, bye.